I said the worst thing that can happen to any man watching me today is during your old age, you lose your wife and also your children. I just came back from visiting a man that came back from abroad. This man, wow. Oh God. Nah, in short, this life, no matter who you are, make sure, even when you are not in good times with your wife, your children, make peace with them. I say it again, even when you are not in good time with your wife, make sure you make peace with your children. Because what I saw today, even my enemy, I will not want my enemy to go through it. This man was lying down. He was saying to me, Ugo, never pray for your enemy to go through what I'm going through right now. Wow. Oh God. If you are a man watching me, if you are married, please, once again, never allow what happened to this man to happen to you. I want to share this story because of the people watching me. You know, sometimes people say, Ugoigle, stop talking. But why will I stop talking? When if I see something that I know that I will share and a lot of people will benefit from it, and somebody who doesn't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing is somewhere behind his keyboard and tell me, Ugoigle, stop talking. Now, oh God. Oh yeah. Guys, today, what I saw today has made me to realize that no matter who you are, no matter the kind of strength you have in your youthful age, no matter the kind of, money you have in your old age, if you don't manage it well, you will live to regret it. This man was lying down. Already, somebody told me about the man. He told me that the man, children left him. And the wife also left. But the truth is, what the man told me is totally different from what the man that brought me to him said. The man that brought me to him said that this man, when he was still strong, he turned back to his children just because him and his wife are not in good time. And he believed that when the children grows, that the children will definitely find their dad. And this is the mentality of majority of men. Majority of men think that when their children grow, they will surely come after them. Some do, but some don't even give a damn. And the reason why I'm bringing this is for those people that think that when their children grow, they will definitely find them. I will give you guys a short story about my own life. You guys know that I have a son who I had with my Austrian woman. So when I left, this guy was 5 years when I left. And I had an advice when this child was 7 from my in-law. He told me, no matter what you are doing, I understand that she doesn't want you to even have anything to do with this child, but let me be honest with you, I'm your in-law. I will not lie to you. Find a way to make sure that you are paying your child support. Find a way to make sure that you can reach out to this boy. I understand that he's still 7 years old. But if there is any way you can find, if there's anything that you can do to communicate, to be communicating with this child, do it. When my in-law told me that, I was like, who cares? I was like, why will he tell me this? I have tried everything I could to make sure that I reach out to my son, my ex, nowhere. I have, so why will I pay for child support when I'm not even working? So why will I pay for child support? But he told me, whether you are working or not, as far as you are making some little money from inside, make sure that you are giving it a little to take care of that child. That the reason why he's saying it is, when this child grows, definitely he might have a conversation with you. He might want you to prove to him that you are there where he needs you most. And the only thing you can prove is those transfer that you did, those communication that you did, those movements that you try to make sure that you do what? You have contact with your child. And he told me, I have 2 children. I said, yes, I have 2 children with my ex. But today I have my own family. But I never turned my back towards those children. I took that advice. I started making a way how to reach out to my ex so that I can be able to be talking with my son. I went to child support. They call it a youngest aunt in Vienna, Austria. I told them that I am not working, but I want to be given small money to be taking care of my child. They said, okay, they give me a account because already court has made a decision. So I started dropping. They asked me, how much can I be paid? I said, I might be paying 50 euro every month. Mind you, I wasn't working then, but at least sometimes you can see small money. And then I started paying 50 euro. So one day, I got a job. And I started also paying my child support. And one day my ex went to court without her knowing that I was paying, because I was paying to younger arms, the child support people. And she was getting the money from government direct, because court has an order. Whether I pay or I don't pay, she will be getting her money. Then government will be debiting me. So I was paying without her knowing I was paying. So she went to child support, what they call younger arms. Is it child support, or people who are taking care of, who are in charge of child support? So she went there. She asked that she wants full custody of my son, that she doesn't want me to be part of anything about my child. They told her, no, we can't do that. He is paying. But if you want, you can go to court. She went to court. So when she went to court, the greatest mistake I did was allowing my address to keep. My address was still reading in my ex-wife's house. So court sent a letter for the court proceeding. I didn't get it. She did not give it to me. Court will send again. I don't know how long they send. All I know is after some years, I came to child support. I wanted to ask them for something. They told me that my wife has gotten the full custody of our child. And then I said, what? They said, yes. They told me what happened, that she came, and then she told them, she came and told them that she wants full custody. But they told her, no, there's no way she can have full custody because I was paying child support. But she can go to court. So she went to court, but they couldn't reach me. And brothers and sisters, that was when I was here in Nigeria, because I left Austria to Nigeria. Then all I'm doing was going and coming for a couple of years. So I said, then what do I do now? They said there's nothing I can do because the judgment has been given. Judgment is only before 18. After 18, then the child knows what he wants. I said, okay, no problem. But that does not even make me to stop giving, because I still have what my in-law told me. No matter what, give and also have contact with your son. So I reach out to my younger sister, because she always have contact with my ex. Because whenever my son do something, then she will reach out to my sister will reach out to me. So I reach out to my sister and then ask her, please, that I want her to tell my ex that I want contact with my son. So after all said and done, she gave me access to be speaking with my son directly. So I started talking to him when he was 9. To cut the story short, when my family joined me in Austria, he is always with us. If you watch our video, you see that my son is always with us, because my wife, sometimes I look at my wife, I said, this woman that I call my wife is an angel. My wife took my son as hers. Do you know that my son, if he wants something, he doesn't even come to me. He goes to my wife and asks her, Mom, I need this. Do you know that my son doesn't ask me what I need this, that he go direct to my wife, because my wife treated him like hers. She made him feel like a son, not like a stepson. Now, what I'm trying to say is this: no matter what you are going through with your wife, never you allow that to affect your relationship with your child, because your wife is your wife, but your child is your child. Blood, they said, is thicker than water. And I understand that a lot of people will say, no, later he will find me. Of course, there are people that will later find you, but do you have connection with him? Will you be proud to call him your son? Now, let me continue with the message. So this man that was lying down that I visited was telling me that his wife, his children are nowhere to be found. You can imagine, after struggling abroad, years after years, winter after winter, and you came back to Nigeria because you are old, and find yourself alone, and he is sick. Oh my God. And now he's the mercy of his younger brother's wife and his children. But do you think that they will treat him the way they will treat their father? I ask question. The person that brought me there told me a lot of horrible story. He said to me, this man, when he was young, when he was that strong, when strength was full of his body, he looked down on his wife. He treated her badly. He made her feel like nobody. And even when the divorce, he never cared about the children. When the children call him, he doesn't pick. When the children reach out, he doesn't care. He lives abroad. It's not like he's not making money. Of course, I understand it's very difficult there, but still, your children are your children. After years and years, he believed that his children will come back when they grow. But the shock is the children are above 30 years old, but none of them want to identify with him. Now he's lying very, very sick. And nobody, none of his family. The only family that is staying by his side is his sisters and his brothers. But the wife, the children, we are not even talking about the wife because they are divorced. But what about his children? This man has children. He has boys, he has girls, but none of them want to identify with him. So what am I trying to communicate? No matter what you are doing, no matter whatever your wife did, your children should be out of it. I know that there are women who are bad. I know there are women who will never want you to identify with your children. But believe me, no matter how evil that woman is, find a way, like what I did in my own case. I try because I listened to the advice of my in-law. I tried through my younger sister because she has connection with my ex. I was given that opportunity to be speaking with my son directly. And today, I can proudly say that I have a son. Today, he can proudly call me a dad. Today, he can proudly tell me that final year, last year, before we relocated back to Nigeria, he did his finals in school. If you live in Austria, you know there are 3 types of secondary school in Austria. One is, they call it Hauptschule. The second one is gymnasium. And the third one is RTL. Now RTL is let's say RTL is like more of like university. It's not university, but it's like university. Before you even say this and that, they know already. This is where my son was going. So last year, about 2 years ago, he told me that after finishing this school, he wouldn't want to study more. He would want to go look for a job, because in this school that he's studying right now, he doesn't even need to university. He don't even university. If you don't want, you don't need university. RTL, if you don't know, maybe ask anybody that lives in Austria. You must not go to university. So he told me 2 years ago that I don't really think that I will afford that. I want to work. Because if I come out from this school, my certificate alone will give me almost equivalent to what a uni student is collecting. So I said, okay. But the shocking was, last year, the final exam in my son's school, nobody come closer to his result. In short, I will put his result, I will put his result so that you guys will see. Then show it to anybody that lives in Austria. He came out with 1. In Austria, they don't do A, they do numbers. He came out with 1 from beginning till the end. When he came to the house, he showed it to me. I shouted, he said, "Dad, please." He went to my wife. He said, "Mom, I have a surprise." He showed it to my wife. My wife shouted. He said, "Please." He went to Chimobi, showed it to Chimobi. Chimobi was like, "What?" I sat down. I was looking at him. I said, this result. In short, let me be honest with you. This result, if you see it in Nigeria, you will say that no, he paid. He took Expo. But I'm talking about Vienna, Austria, where there is nothing like that. He has 1 A's. You call it A's. Yeah, he has 1 throughout. 1. About 13 subjects. 1 throughout. That's my son. I can proudly say, this is my son, because I'm part of him. I was part of him, and now I can be able to say, thank you, my in-law, because he is the one that did it. Because without him, I said, no, that's the same mentality that men have. After all, when he grows up, he will look for his dad. And what about right now? Let's say I wasn't in his life and he said that I have A's, I have 1 throughout. Will I be proud to identify? That's why the moment he got it, he came to the house. Dad, I have a surprise. I was like, what? And today, he told me that day that unfortunately I must continue. Because this result, even Austrian government knows, even Austrian educational system knows that he must continue with uni. And now he's getting his admission in the University of Vienna. I can proudly say that my son is doing well. But what I'm trying to say is this man lying down, he said, because of what his wife did, he choose to focus the other way. He choose to think that the day like this will not come when he will be old and need his children to be there for him. Why I brought this story is not to mock him. No, I brought this story so that I can share it with men. So many men are thinking that way and forget to know that there will be a time they will lay down. They can't walk. They can't walk as they used to. They can't fight as they used to. They will be in the mercy of their children. Ryan, can you help me out? Kate, can you help me out? No matter what you are going with your wife, please, never you allow it to go in between your children, because your children are your children. You have the right to say, no, I don't want to marry anymore. But you don't have the right to say, those children are not mine, because they are yours. All I'm saying is, if you live abroad, this story of this man should teach you a lot. If you live in Nigeria and you are taking your wife as a maid. You are treating everybody around you as nobody. You choose to say, no, let her go with the children. When the children grow up, they will come back to me. This story of this man should serve as a lesson to each and every one of us. For now, thank you guys. I remain blessed.